Collective, powered by MMP. The ideas presented here are intended to assist in developing a strong and profitable business for Amway IBOs affiliated with Morgan Productions. For the calendar year 2023, the average income from Amway for all U.S. registered IBOs at the Founders Platinum level and below was $841 before expenses. See www.amway.com/income-disclosure for details and the most up-to-date information. Earnings depend on many factors, including customer base, business experience, effort, dedication, and quality and performance of the downline sales team. Enjoy the following message.
Hi everyone, we are Prabina and Vasavi from Dallas, Texas. I'm very excited to be sharing the next few minutes with you. Now, we came to this country to do our master's in computer science many years ago, and our goal was to come here, finish our graduation, continue to climb the corporate ladder, which we did successfully. But along the lines, there was always a want to do more. And thanks to one of my best friends who ended up showing me this and the business opportunity, one led to the other. We were very excited about what this offered and where we could go. Now, granted that we come from this background where we are designed for the greatness but programmed to failure, because I went to school not to become an entrepreneur, I went to school to become a good employee. And that obviously came with its own caveat, its own limitations in terms of where I could go, where I could not. Now, Vasavi did the same thing. She did her master's.
Yeah, I came to the country to do my master's, and all my education taught me is to become a good employee. So as coming from employee mindset, my thinking is always look for the immediate gratification, like paycheck. I mean, Praveen and I, we both work as independent contractors in software automation world, and whenever we put an extra hour in the work, we expected to get compensated for that hour. But coming to the entrepreneurial world, we understood this is not an hourly or weekly gain. This is a long-term gain. So changing that mindset allowed us to delay some things in our life. I mean, we were okay to delay. That is our choice. I mean, we were okay to delay some things in our life, some vacations in our life for short term. And what we did is we tied up those things to our goals, which helped us to have more motivation to build the business, to actually find ways whenever we got distracted, which brings us back onto the track, all those things when we tied up with our goals in the business.
Prior to coming to this business opportunity, it's not that we did not delay things. Like for instance, to do my master's, I had to go through a rigorous 2 years program. So I had to keep away a lot of things. When my assignments, when my exams were due, I was not going out and hanging out with my friends. No. That is what we did to get the better grades, better positions that we wanted in our life. And so is it true with this opportunity. When we came in, although this was a low startup or a relatively, we didn't have to shell out a lot of money to get started, but I realized that it requires a lot of effort to accomplish that one. And it took some time for us to switch that mindset. I remember Warren Buffett mentioning, people know the cost of everything, but don't know the value of nothing. Now, that statement really hit me hard because I don't come from this background of knowing the value. It was always about the cost. And once we made that switch, one at a time, it was easy. Now, if you're looking for making a few $100s, maybe it might not really require a lot of delayed gratification. But in our case, we were already making a very significant amount of money through our corporate careers. And thanks to our education, it allowed us to get there. To replace a similar kind of income through this business, obviously it was not a 2 weeks or a 2 months. It took us longer than that because there are certain things that we had to overcome in terms of ability to understand the products, ability to understand how to work with people. All these changes took some time. Of course, the education system, the Spartans powered by MMP, has played a significant role in providing the platform, but it was up to us. I remember somebody mentioning, once we made a decision, I was drifting away, and then made a decision and drifting away. And I remember this quote, somebody said, would you be okay if a doctor who is performing on your wife gets distracted for every 5 minutes? You wouldn't. Why would you get distracted about your goals, about your own ambitions that you wanted to accomplish? Again, these are not the things that are new, but it just took some time for us to do this because we still have a day job and we are doing this outside. And our comparison or competition were the people who are not a part of this program. And for them, I don't know what were their goals, but for our goals were very different. So I did not want to judge somebody's lifestyle based on where they are unless I can actually walk their shoes. And it took some time once we did those decisions. Today we have 2 beautiful kids. We were able to do a lot of different things that we could not have even thought about.
And even it doesn't have to be things or vacations. It might be just eating outside, or it might be watching a movie. But how we operate is we have certain contacts between both of us. We have certain number of contacts we have to do per weekly basis. After that, we'll watch a movie. So that gives us more motivation to go out and do the work when we attach the goal to the reward. And oh my God, that eating ice cream or after doing your MG1 certain goal, it tastes so yeah. So this is how we operate our business.
And by the way, I'm sure you all eat your dessert after you do your main course. Now, once in a while I did some cheating a little bit, but not in the long run. So you have to understand that there is a reason why it is. Now, first of all, do you understand what is delayed gratification? Gratification, something you want, but you delay it because you want it to accomplish bigger, better purposes. Compounding always works. It's true in money, it's true in relationships, it's true in the goals that you want to accomplish. Now, our goal is not to say delay it forever. There are certain things that you have to do. For instance, we didn't say we are going to delay our kids until we reach a certain level in the business. There are certain things that are age specific. There are certain things profession specific. Do what is right for you. We chose to do what is right for us. And once you make those choices, this business became a kid's play. Now, it was, again, in our case, it is our choice on how we wanted to play around those things. Lastly, I'll say this one. Again, this is my personal choice, you take it whichever way you want. If you do not sacrifice for what you want can certainly become a sacrifice. Let me repeat that again. If you do not sacrifice for what you want can definitely become a sacrifice. Don't worry about what the rest of the world is doing on the social media. Don't worry what everybody else is doing, because back in the days, or even today, people are not communicating on social media. People are performing for each other on social media. Probably it was the same thing before social media, but now you have access to anybody and everybody around the world. So your goals are very different from somebody else's goals. Your choices are very different from somebody else's choices. Hence, your results are also going to be very different from somebody else. When you lift one end of the stick, the other end is not a choice. So let me close this one with the same statement. If you do not sacrifice for what you want can certainly become a sacrifice. It was nice talking to you. Have a great day.
This is a copyrighted program of The Collective, powered by Markham Productions, affiliated with Marknet Incorporated. Duplication of this program is strictly prohibited. While the techniques and approaches suggested have worked for others, no one can guarantee that these techniques and approaches will work for you. In addition, we want to emphasize that success in this business does not come without hard work, for existing IBOs only, not for use with prospects.